Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stellaris, where this is it. This is the episode. This is the one where we go to peace. Right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is the peace episode. We're not quite there yet. We've got a little bit of bombardment to do. We're currently heading over to the Saolia system, and all we need to do now is land on what? 2 planets? Yeah, that's all we've got. Beautiful. So we've got this one here, which is at 2,300, and we've got this one here, which is at 2,500. Okay, so we're going to let those bombard for a little bit, and we're going to go through and do our jobs while ticking, because we actually have the luxury of doing that now, which is nice. What are we going to see here? Anything? So far, I've not seen any jobs that are needed. So far, that all looks good.
The enemy is targeting one of our stations.
Yeah, these stations need housing. I mean, at this point, to be honest, we can upgrade these stations. Number of slots for new districts is equal to 0. Oh, this needs housing, and that should be fine, actually. We'll build a pair of trade districts here. I assumed that it was maxed out, but it was not. This generator station here, we should definitely get a couple of reactor districts. I'm wondering why we have this hydroponics farm on a generator station, or actually this research lab. Let's replace that with an energy grid. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. We've got this mining station here. We'll put in an astro mining bay, and we should definitely have a mineral processing plant here. There we go. We've got this forge world. This is not a forge world. What are you doing, Stellaris? This is clearly a refinery world. Okay. We're going to go ahead and make that be a refinery world and probably ditch the Site of Revitalization Center at this point and instead put in a faculty of, not a faculty of Archaeo Studies, a ancient refinery. Cool. So something along the lines of that. Those are very expensive in terms of their artifacts, right? We can't make very many of those. But for now, that'll do. We've got this mining station here, and it mostly just needs housing. So for this... Okay, we'll go ahead and pause. For this, we're going to build a mineral purification plant, but we're also going to upgrade the habitat. Okay. What else do we need to work on? We've got this trade station, which that needs to have the habitat upgraded. We've got this generator station, which we can upgrade the habitat. We've got this trade station, upgrade the habitat. I don't want to negotiate with crime lords. Get out of here. I want to upgrade the Can we not upgrade this? Oh, it's already upgraded. Okay, that would be fine then. We're lacking housing. We're lacking housing. Let's drop a research district and replace that with a habitation district, just to fix that housing issue. We've got this trade station here, and we're lacking housing here. I'm going to build a habitation and then another trade district. Excellent. We've got this forge world, and that just needs to migrate. Trade station, yeah, that just needs some crime problems dealt with. Here we can put in a couple of trade districts. We've got this forge world here. This needs to have its devastation work through. Knor needs to have its devastation work through. This generator world can be upgraded here. Is this really a generator world? We've got a strong magnetic field, which does help that. There's no Bessarian plant here that we can put in. I think for now we'll just leave that be. We've got this urban world that I would absolutely like to clear off these tile blockers on. And let's go ahead and put in a monument. Do we have a monument here? We did not. Let's replace this robot assembly complex with a monument. Cool. Now we've got this forge world, and that needs housing, but it's got devastation, so no problem there. Devastation here, and devastation here. So those should all be reasonably dealt with. Now, as far as assaulting our spaceport goes, which the game insists is happening, I'm guessing that's just these hostile fleets. And it could be this force, I suppose. That is technically a force that exists. So we can head out over this way. Let's see about taking this out before they land
our
here.
Spaceport.
Which would be very rude of them to do. But I want to check in down this direction. 2165 and... Okay. So we have a little bit of time on those bombardments yet. Okay, these guys are indeed attacking Ednit.
Our spaceport. The cowards
We'll
have
make our way
destroyed
down
one of
there.
Our spaceports. Battle is
Hyper relay,
joined.
cool. And we'll eliminate these armies on the way. Come on, take them out. You can do it.
One of our spaceports.
Apparently we are bad at shooting, but we're going to head down over this direction. We'll arrive there in 68 days. Okay, a bit of a slow response, but it should be fine. I am concerned about our food stores. No doubt about that. In fact, we should buy in some food. As soon as this month tick is over, we'll go ahead and do it. So we'll buy in 10,000 food. That will keep us afloat for a little bit. We're also going to want to get rid of 7 stations. This is bordering the Karelian Foundation. I feel like we don't actually need this defensive station, though. So I think we can get rid of it. That's 1, 2. We'll keep around these anchorages. 3, 4. Yeah, that seems fine. 5, 6. And what else do we have? I mean, there's going to be this one, but we don't have that yet. We'll actually downgrade Egelrarvis. I really don't feel like we need that. So that should bring us back down to 105 of 105. Perfect.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Oh yeah, they're going to be attacking stuff over here. We'll get there soon enough. We are pretty close. 44 days away. And we are maxed out right now on our fleets, right? Actually, not quite. Let's go ahead and do that. Cool. We're going to need to remake our fleets to some degree, but for now, I'm okay with banking up our alloys until we're properly out of this war. And then we'll get that done. So 1,900 here, and then down this way, we've got 2,000.
Scientific breakthrough.
So actually, we're making further progress up over here. We should head this direction, group all of these together, and we'll just simply enter orbit here. Cool. We'll arrive over here shortly. They are assaulting this world. Do they actually have enough to do this? I'm not convinced that they do. I think they're bombarding it. Yeah, they didn't actually attack it. Cool. Keep in mind they have absolutely no way to replenish these fleets, right? They can replenish their armies, kind of, but they cannot replenish their ships.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Where? I don't think they are. They are not assaulting our spaceport, for the record. Okay, so we're going to check in over here. When are we actually going to attack this? Well, our current strength is 5k. So in theory, we could attack it basically any time. It's down to 1815 now, and this is at 1784. Okay, interesting that they're like oscillating back and forth. We'll come back over to Sprakri. And yeah, this will be fine. We'll just let this bombard for a little while longer. Month tick is underway here. And once that finishes, we currently have like 3k alloys. We're going to need to deal with our minerals, food, unity situations, and our exotic gases situation. Are our edicts up? I don't think they are. No. Okay. Good to know. We could, in theory, run like Omnifarious Acquisition, but we would be probably far better off if we were to... We're already running capacity mining and farming subsidies. We could probably turn off capacity subsidies, right? I don't know about that. I think that this would probably not work. We'd have to wait until the month tick to find out. Let's see what this is at. I expect us to be negative on energy credits here. But we'll find out. Okay, Down over here, we have 1,400. Beautiful. 1,450 to be precise, and 1,655. Okay, that's more like what I expected. I must have looked at them wrong. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. We could land on 1,400 basically anytime we wanted, and I think we go ahead and do so. We're going to do that. We're going to select all of our fleets here, with the exception of our army, and they are going to pop up over here and assist. They'll arrive there in 50 days. It'll take our army some time to get that conquered. So that'll be fine.
Initiating ground assault. Victory
What are these guys?
shall be ours.
I feel like they're supposed to be somewhere. It's a pair of cruisers. Let's just move them into the 12th fleet here. That'll be fine. We're going to have a number of these that are needing to be merged in, I think. Yeah, that's a pair of cruisers. This is a pair of frigates. We're going to put them into, say, the 52nd. I don't know if we actually need that many cruisers there, but for now it's fine. Okay, how are we doing on this invasion? Okay, they've got a number of reserves left. We're not shocked about that. We're going to take some losses, and that's completely okay. But we are definitely chunking our way through their defensive armies. Beautiful. That will take time. How are we doing on this bombardment? 1561. I like it. So that's all looking good. So we've got these fleets with Titans, right? One cruiser here. What is our total cruiser count that we want? 11? Okay, that should be fine then. Yeah, this is currently at 8. This is at 3. So this cruiser can go into the 52nd.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
This frigate and these 4 cruisers should probably go into like the 12th. Who do we just lose? Our general? Okay, that's a little awkward. We lost our general here. But we are basically through the reserves at this point. If they disengage or lose one more army, then we're through their reserves. Cool. That's their reserves done, and they are now below their combat width.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Perfect. So this is looking very, very good for us at this point. We're now starting to hit their back line, which I don't love. I would prefer that we hit their front line, which we are doing at this moment mostly. We're mostly hitting their front line, and that is ideal. Cool. So these fleets here all have a Titan, correct? Correct. Okay, that looks good.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
Are they, though? Are they really assaulting our spaceport? I'm not convinced that they are. So their backline is nearly gone. Their front line has taken a good amount of damage. They're not down to like completely broken levels. But it seems okay. It seems reasonably fine here. We definitely took some losses, but we fully expected that. And this is going to be the final invasion in Niamian. So that'll be okay. They're fully disengaged now, and so they're doing basically no damage and just getting obliterated. I like it.
Our warriors are victorious. Enemy planet conquered.
Okay, so this is now ours. We're going to downgrade this Star Fortress immediately, and then we're going to head up over here and enter orbit. We're going to let these guys regenerate a little bit. That'll take them some time. We're still at 1,300 here, so we've got a little bit of time here. Excellent. Now, I want to check in over here. Yeah, this is still saying 4830. Wild. I'm going to hit this button here. And at that point...
They are assaulting our spaceport.
That should be all that we actually need. I think. Looking at the rest of this, these appear to be ghost ships. Okay, let's go ahead and add in a battleship, a frigate, a corvette. And I was hoping that this would upgrade, or update, rather. So apparently there are fleets here somewhere. Actually, it's the second fleet here. Isn't it? No, it's not the second fleet. What fleet is it that is apparently needing reinforcement right now? I wish it said what fleet these were. Okay, I'm going to get rid of any of these that we don't already have, right? So, 2 fleets need to be reinforced with 5 ships. That'll get reinforced soon enough. Okay, I want to check in here. Is that 1,200? That's probably acceptable. We're at 3.9 right now. Yeah, we can do this. We'll take losses, but that's okay. So at this point, all of these, with the exception of our army, I want to head all of them over to Monakadir. So over they go. Beautiful.
Initiating ground assault.
The 7th Fleet is also going to head over here. We're going to have some upgrading to do and some refitting, just in general. All of our forces, all of our fleets, I want to gather in Monakadir. So, they're on their way, and that'll be great. We're invading over here in Niamian. And it's a relatively wide combat width. I do like that. That's good. The Skanurians are nearly eliminated here. And that is absolutely excellent. So they've got 4 reserve armies left. And we're chunking through them pretty well here. We absolutely win this. There's no doubt about it. We are going to take a significant chunk of losses, but it's fine. We can always rebuild those. Okay. I really do wish it said which fleets this was that needed the reinforcements. It doesn't look to me like any fleets technically need reinforcements at this moment. So I'm guessing there might be some ghost fleets somewhere. Especially given the fact that hitting the reinforce all button appears to just send ships nowhere. It makes them and then doesn't spawn them. These thugs must be dealt with, indeed. Okay, the 4th fleet is currently missing in action. Okay, where were they? Cloaked fleets were discovered, sure. It doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at this world here. Okay, we're definitely through their reserves. They are below half of the combat width. I love it. This is looking great.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
So we're going to wipe out their backline here, since we do prioritize hitting that. For whatever reason, it's definitely less efficient than hitting the front line, but okay. Their backline is going to be eliminated very, very soon here. And that front line is not going to last very long either, in all honesty. Cool. So there we go. That is the Skanurians eliminated, in theory.
Enemy planet conquered. They are assaulting our
Do they still have something? Apparently they have something still that I was not aware of. Interesting. Okay, Skanurians, where are you at? Docile 1. Okay. I didn't realize they had anything up there. Cool. It's not marked on the map, that's for sure. So we would come in and land armies here. That is just free. They might have an additional 1 or 2, but that's not going to be any big deal. Excellent. So the 4th fleet is somewhere. They're going to be back when? Next year, April? Okay, that's going to be a little while. I definitely want to come through here and make sure that all of these worlds that can be are terraforming. So this is a continental world that should be colonized. And we'll go ahead and do so. Cool. Checking through up over here. This is probably all dealt with up here. And then there's these areas that may or may not be fully dealt with. There is a toxic world here that can be terraformed. We'll go ahead and do so. Cool. And that appears to be it.
Our warriors are victorious. Enemy planet conquered.
So we took over Docile. What else do they have? They must have something else. Okay. Loshix? Sure. Okay. So let's head on over there. And we'll go land here. These guys are currently chilling, fighting the station here. So we'll be fine there. They probably have another planet here or there. But we'll definitely get that taken over. No problem. We shouldn't take very long to get there. Yeah, it'll be fine. The Uvzant being on our side, of course, being our vassal, has such a big swing on the power level of the galaxy. I'm still wondering what happens to the Great Zadran Mandate. I'm guessing they get they become independent. I don't think they're going to become our vassal the way that the Tharbaretan Imperium and the Emor's Republican Sons did, because we're not vassalizing the Skanurians. We're eradicating them.
Assault.
They no longer exist after we're done with them here. So I'm guessing because they cease to exist, their existing vassalization doesn't get transferred to us, but would instead get nullified. Is my current theory.
Victorious.
Okay, so we took this over, and that is the end of the Skanurian Commonwealth. Beautiful. So, as expected, the Great Zadran Mandate is indeed independent. Okay, so we're going to send this back over to Sol. Don't land the armies, just enter orbit. Cool. That'll be fine for now. And now we need to go through and work on our ships. So we've got these two fleets. I don't think this is real. We'll maybe have to play around with that. But I want to make sure that this is all set up correctly. We've got the nanite flak batteries here. Beautiful. So we'll put in the nanite flak battery. As far as the matter disintegrators go, we could, in theory, this is all about getting through the armor and hull. So what is the best thing for that? Are the ancient macro batteries better, is the question. No, they are not. What about the ancient cavitation collapser? No, absolutely not. I think we continue to run matter disintegrators. So we'll save this. And are there any upgrades throughout here? I don't think so. We're back on sapient combat computers, which sounds good. And I think advanced afterburners are still okay. If we were to ditch this, actually we're still capped on our evasion without them. So we don't need that. So we may want to go for like living reactive armor instead to harden our armor here. Yeah, we're still capped on our evasion, so that looks good. What else do we have? Well, we've got our frigates. We're running large Scourge missiles right now, which is almost certainly our best bet. Yep. We've also got Stormfire autocannons, which I want to check in here. 3.7. Yeah, I really think we're best off with the Stormfire autocannons. Cool. Now, these don't do well against armor, but they're not really designed to. They're designed to either penetrate the armor with their Scourge missiles, or rather penetrate the shields with their Scourge missiles, or they're supposed to take down the shields with their Stormfire autocannons, and then the matter disintegrators on the corvettes are intended to deal with the armor. That's the idea there. So I think that this is reasonably fine going through all of this. Do we require the afterburners? I think that the afterburners are useful here. We, after all, do have a fair amount of evasion that we want. So we also have access to the ancient pulse armor. 370, and this is 170 and 75 shields. I don't think that's good. It also requires artifacts to build that we just don't have. So we're not going to do that. That's fine. As far as the destroyers go, I think that our weapon systems remain the same. And broadly, I think this all remains for the destroyers. For cruisers. Cruisers are a bit of an odd duck. I think what we do here is we actually switch the cruiser to be a little longer range. I feel like it's a little bit shy on its range. So what I'd like to do here is I would like to put in kinetic artillery here. Cloud lightning would be funny. But I want to put in kinetic artillery here and here. And then we'll swap the matter disintegrators to simply be in the medium slots, like this. Now, that is very effective against shields, and then very effective against armor and hull once you get closed in a little bit. Cool. So I think that'll be a lot better there. Now, this is very heavy on the armor. I want to make this be a little bit more even, like that. The AI has been running very heavy on the ballistics, though, haven't they? They have been. So maybe we do run heavy armor. This is reasonably mixed. Yeah. At this point, like, the Corellians are the biggest threat to us. Not that they're a threat, but they're, like, the biggest threat to us. And the question is, what are they running? Okay, they're running very, very heavy ballistics. Very heavy ballistics. So I think that we do keep our current heavy armor setup. Just a single dark matter deflector here. We could go for the ancient pulse armor, but I really don't think that we have the artifacts to get that set up. So I think that's fine. As far as this goes, I like it. I like having that artillery. Just tear down those shields. Yeah, you're not great against armor, but we have other ships that are specialized for that. The Titan is in the same category. I think that that's completely okay. So we've got all of those refit, and at this point, we are going to grab all of these fleets that require refits, and we're going to tell them, just begin those refits. Beautiful. I think all of those are going to happen here at this same mega shipyard, and that's kind of ideal. This is exactly where I want them to be, so that's fine. We're going to get all of that going. That's going to cost some alloys. Yeah, the Guardian doesn't need an upgrade, of course. But the rest of this could use one. And then we'll work on getting our naval cap a little more maxed out. Beautiful. But with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, I want to look at this mega shipyard here. Okay, yep, that's going to require some work. Next episode, we're going to work on getting our fleets maxed back out. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Rogue Corvid, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.